Welcome to the channel. And just like that, Xbox leadership of Microsoft is going into the wind. With the head of Xbox, Phil Spencer, being set to retire coming up on Monday, and Sarah Bond handing in her resignation from the company, this is a bad sign for Xbox as a whole, beyond Xbox as a whole, for gaming as a whole. With the head of Xbox, Phil Spencer, being replaced by Microsoft head of Core AI, Asha Shamara. This is devastating news for Xbox fans and gaming fans in general. As the news of Phil's retirement and Sarah Bond's resignation hit social media platforms yesterday, I didn't find out until late last night because I spent most of my time doing what I do best, which is gaming. Found out about the news watching a YouTube video starting with Colt Eastwood and then Xbox Ready breaking the news about the retirement of Phil. I was in such shock about the news being reported by Colt Eastwood and the Xbox Ready YouTube channel that I went to Twitter to see if this was official, and it sure is. I blame the CEO of Microsoft, Satya Nadella, for the steady decline of Xbox gaming division. All because of his greed and obsession with pouring billions into the development of AI tools. Some will say that the resignation of Sarah Bond and the retirement of Phil Spencer, seemingly ahead of what's supposedly to be the release of the next Xbox, could be a sign that maybe we're not going to get a next Xbox. At this point, I just don't know. And then some people will say that the acquisition of Bethesda and all the studios, particularly the ABK deal, Activision Blizzard, is also to blame. I guess because maybe they didn't make enough revenue, or just the Xbox brand and the console not selling the numbers that they probably was hoping for. I'm quite sure there's a bunch of different reasons as to why we have finally reached what's basically looking like the end of the road / the end of an era. To say I'm shocked and flabbergasted behind the situation is an understatement. Xbox being the most criticized and hated brand in gaming is just crazy based off of the value that they was giving you with Game Pass Ultimate, which once again, you still can't find a better sub-service better than Game Pass Ultimate. Xbox in complete shambles. I watched critics and the gaming community as a whole create so many negative narratives about Xbox, particularly the main one being Xbox is dead. I'm just going to go ahead and say this. If it wasn't for Phil Spencer, the Xbox brand and gaming division as a whole would have been gone over 15 years ago. Starting back with the Xbox One era when they basically blundered the campaign and the promoting of the brand by saying, oh, get a Connect and game sharing and just the whole marketing of Xbox as a whole, starting with the Xbox One, which also kind of led into this generation with once Xbox shifted into saying, okay, we're going to put all the games that was only on Xbox on every platform, which they started with PC first. I honestly think the CEO, Satya Nadella of Microsoft, he doesn't know what he's doing. And then he literally just hired the head of AI, the AI division, which is Asha. And I'll be honest, I honestly don't think she's gonna do a good job, and I don't think she knows what she's doing neither. Was Phil Spencer the perfect president of the Xbox gaming division? No, but he was dedicated into doing what we had a drought of for a very long time, which was no games. He was dedicated into acquiring studios, getting games ported to Xbox, getting games developed for Xbox, trying to bring quality games to Xbox. Like, he was dedicated into basically like bringing Xbox back from the grave, like what everybody has been saying for the longest. Xbox is dead this, Xbox is dead that. With all the hate that Xbox gets, all the hate that Game Pass gets, which still to this very day, even with Phil Spencer about to be retiring coming up on Monday and Sarah Bond's resignation, Game Pass is still the best sub-service in gaming. Do I agree with the price hikes that they just did a couple of months ago, about 4 or 5 months ago? Heck no. $30 for Game Pass Ultimate, in my opinion, is still too high of a price, but you can still take the shortcut to get monthly Game Pass subscriptions from GameStop. I was about to say Game Pass again. You can still once again get a Game Pass Ultimate subscription for the original price of $20 from GameStop. You can either go into GameStop or you can go online and get an Ultimate subscription of Game Pass for $20 right off of the GameStop website. I feel like every move with like halfway through this generation that Phil Spencer did to trying to bring stability to the Xbox brand or bring more users to Game Pass Ultimate to get more people to buy an Xbox. I feel like every move and attempt that he made to like basically bring the brand back from the brink of destruction, Satya Nadella stepped in, and all the people above Phil Spencer from the Microsoft brand itself got in the way, which was just counterproductive of whatever the heck Phil Spencer vision was for the Xbox brand. I understand that it's all a business and they got to do their numbers. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no corporate shill. I'm not out here shilling for the corporation, but it's still a business at the end of the day. Got to do what's best for business. It's all about generating revenue, return on investments. I put that we invest 70 billion into the gaming division. You know, we need to make back 140 billion. You got to double. You got to have the numbers always going up. It's just unfortunate, man. Like, with all the good games that within the past 2 years has hit Xbox, I don't really have the time to list them off, but some of them obviously I'm putting on display for you here in this video, starting with Indiana Jones. I'm a fan of Starfield. It's unfortunate. Well, I'm still going to be honest here, which is I'm still going to play on my Xbox until the day that they decide they're not going to make any more Xboxes, which I hope that doesn't become a reality, because if it does, you all going to finally see just how bad for gaming that it is to only have basically, you can say what, 2 official console brands, being Nintendo, which I would not invest my money into a Nintendo console, that gimmick console. I'm good on that. And I definitely would not invest my money in Sony, who's just straight up greed and money hungry and anti-consumer in your face. And but you ponies eat it up. Y'all eat it up. Y'all literally take the piss, pour it in a cup, and drink it as wine. I just gotta call a spade a spade. Owning an Xbox and gaming on the Xbox brand has brought me some of my best memories in gaming in general, with, I would say, a close second to that was like Sega Genesis, Sega Dreamcast, and then maybe back in the original Nintendo and Super Nintendo days. But yeah, all good things come to an end. I know some of you probably, if you do take the time to watch this video in full, will probably say to yourself, well, Xbox been dead. Xbox is dead. Xbox is officially dead now. Just invest in a PC. Go get a PC. You see how the PC gaming situation has looked with all the price increases of RAM and all the external parts for putting together a PC and stuff, like, I'm good. I never was a PC fan anyway, even though consoles nowadays are simplified PCs. Microsoft has basically officially just killed Xbox. It's official. So now you can officially say Xbox is dead. But I'm really going to stay 10 toes down and rock out with Xbox until the wheels officially fall off. And if Xbox officially dies as a brand and really goes away and they don't make any more home consoles after the Xbox Series S and X, I might just quit gaming as a whole. I'm going to be honest. That's basically all the time that we have for the video. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down button, share the video out, and hit the subscribe bell for more. Until next time, noob out.